What up, family? This is your boy Manuel Godoy, and this is going to be the month of action, absolute action, because we are launching the campaign for the Black Sands anime on July 1st. That is the hard start date. And the reason why we delayed the launch from April to July is because a lot of people had invested in our company back in June last year. And if they maxed out last year, they wouldn't be able to invest again until July. Solves two birds with one stone, right? So July 1st, every single previous investor in Black Sands will have the opportunity to invest again with no limitations. And I think that's very important as we're about to do the biggest and most important investment round in the history of Black entertainment. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like an absolutely ridiculous statement to make, right? The history of Black entertainment, there's no way. There's so many big projects that the Black community has done over the years. Yeah. Well, as much as we'd love to believe that all these major things that were done in the past really affected the Black community, none of them are going to affect the Black community the way Black Sands success will affect the Black community. And I'm going to explain to you in a couple of minutes how that's going to be possible, how we're going to change the world together. But in the meantime, I need everybody to check in. Tell me which state you represent in the comment section, okay? Tell me which state you represent in the comment section. Also hit that like button, actually smash that like button, okay? And share this with any of your friends and family because this is going to be the most important meeting you guys are going to have. And it's going to be back-to-back meetings the rest of the month until launch day. We're going to have crazy amount of announcements. We're going to be hiring celebrities left and right. You're going to see endorsements from some of the biggest people you've ever seen in our community coming here. It's going to be a crazy month, an absolutely crazy month. Okay. Now, the reason why we're hitting that like button and we sharing is because the algorithm gods, they don't like Black Sands. So we got to force them to share this and allow our audience to see these videos. All right. Because we want our people to show up. Right now, we got 125 people here. I want to see 200 plus people in here. You know what I mean? And if you haven't done it yet, all right, I've made a very special list for everybody. So every single person here who wants to be an investor on the very first day, I made a very special list for you guys. There's a messaging list now. So now people get text messages for us. We're not going to be texting you every 5 seconds. We're going to be texting you maybe 2 times in the month, right? Only 2 times this month. But if you text Black Sands, no space, all right, Black Sands, to that number right there, you're going to get an email directly from our system saying that you're now on the list, all right? So everybody here who hasn't signed up for the text messaging list, get on this list right here because you need to be able to get into the round as soon as possible. This is probably going to be one of the fastest investment rounds we're ever going to have. Okay, because we're going to be on TV, we're going to be on radio, we're going to be on all these different platforms. It's going to be a huge thing, and you're going to see some of the biggest celebrities in our community signed on to Black Sands. So, do you want to miss that? Do you want to wait for day 2, or do you want to be on day 1 and get the best possible investment terms? So, while we're doing that, go ahead and text it right now. Text Black Sands to this number and get on the list. I'm going to do this call again a couple of times during this video, but we got a lot to go through, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that is going to be happening over the next month that you need to be aware of. And there's a lot of really cool things about this investment round that I can't even imagine. I didn't even know was possible a month ago. I had no clue a month ago that some of these things were actual reality and that it would be so much easier to get you guys paid. All right. So before I was thinking, how can I actually set up a system in which people will be able to profit share off of the movie and off of whatever deals we make? I was thinking that in my head. I was like, how the hell do we actually do that? Like, do we have to have a third-party system? Do we got to like make sure $100 investor, should I make the minimum 1,000 since $100 investor slice is so small, it'll be hard to calculate how much they make? You know what I'm saying? Like I had all these questions in my head. And you know what? Last week, I found out that WeFunder, the platform that we always do our investment rounds on, they actually have a built-in distribution system for investors. So that all I got to do is give them a check, right? Let's say we make $1 million, right? I give them a check for $1 million and they distribute that check based off of how much you invested, your percentage. They distribute it themselves automatically. I don't got to do no extra paperwork. I don't got to do nothing other than just give them money, and then they distribute the system because they have everything already in the system. They have all your information. I didn't know that that was a thing. I had no clue that that system existed. And now that I know that that system existed, this is going to be one of the easiest, most understandable investment rounds that I've ever had. Before I was getting stock. You know, you can't really sell stock. You got to hold it until I go public. But when it comes to a profit sharing investment round like this one with the movie, one project, I can just give them the money that we make and they're going to pay you guys. That's the greatest system I ever heard of. That's freaking cool. You know, that's freaking cool. And think about it. We're projecting, this is what we're projecting right now. Me and Carl Reed have been thinking about the numbers and how much damage we're going to be able to do at the box office. And we're projecting that we can land somewhere around $100 to $150 million at the box office. All right. $100 to $150 million at the box office. And you know what's crazy about that number is that the production cost all in will most likely be around $5 million. You know what I'm saying? So even after we pay everybody off, even after we pay for the production and we pay for the distribution deals and stuff like that, even after all those payments, right, we're still looking at, you know, $40 to $60 million in distribution, right? And distribution just means that's the money that's going to go to the investor pool and the producer pool. And the investors, which are you guys, right? The investors, which are you guys, you're going to get the first 120% of the investment. So in other words, if you guys invested $2 million, because that's the goal for our investment round, right? Our goal for our investment round is $2 million. If you invest $2 million in total, you're going to get about $2.5 million before the producers get paid anything. All right. So in other words, the Black Sands Entertainment is a producer, right? We own half of the company. The other half is owned by Composition Media, which is Carl Reed's company. We are producers. We are the people, basically the IP owners. We're the creators, right? The investor pool is the other 50%, and that's you guys. And you get paid first before the producers get paid up to 120% of your investment. Then after that, we start doing the splits, right? We start doing the splits on how much money everybody gets over the long run. But in the first payments out, you guys are going to be before the producers, which means you have a lot of security in your investment, right? Since it's a risky investment. So I'm excited about this, man. I've never felt better about the terms that I'm giving to people, right? Because before it was a lot of question marks, right? How do you get paid? How are you going to do this? How are we going to get a return on our investment, right? These are all real questions that are like very hard to answer. This is not hard to answer. If we do our jobs, right? If we get into 1,000 theaters, which we have lined up, right? And we do $100 to $150 million at the box office, people are going to make like 6 to 8 times their original investment amount. Period. And that's just the first check. I'm not even talking about long term. I'm not talking about the Netflix deal later and all the other stuff and licensing and merchandising. I'm just talking about the first check, the first distribution. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be an incredible system. That's why everybody needs to be on this mailing list, just so you guys know that you got that text that day saying, here's the link. You're the first ones in, get better terms. Now, the reason why I say better terms is because if you're a veteran of our company, as far as like investment rounds in the past, then you have seen that we give better rates to early investors, right? So the first day or 2 days, we'll have like a goal like $500,000. You get a 10% discount on stock. So in other words, you get 10% more stock for the same money, right? In this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to have a better rate for like the first $750,000. So the first $750,000 of investments will get a better return on their investment than the rest. That's just the way it is. We've always done it that way. That's how we make sure that people come in on the first day, right? And last time we did $500,000 in the first day. So this time around, $750,000, I think we could do that, especially when you see some of the celebrities we're going to hire. When you see some of the celebrities who are gonna hire, you're gonna be like, this is game. This is game. Like you're not even be thinking of like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna work. You're gonna be like, this is game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 100%, you know, I am so excited about this just because I know the system is simple. You know, I was so scared over the last 6 months about the complexity of a profit sharing round. I was really like, I was dreading it. Like, how the hell do we calculate all this? And now that it's all built into the platform that I've been using for the last 6 years, I'm good. I'm good. Nothing can shake me now. I'm ready to go and kick some behind, man, for real. Hey, we just reached 200. That's what's up. Hey, thank you guys so much for sharing this. Keep sharing this. Keep getting your friends involved. Trust me, they don't want to miss this meeting. All right. So now that we got a couple of people signed up onto the text messaging list, what I want to do is talk to you about some other things that are also going to be happening this month. So if you're in the comment section, please let me know if you are in the DMV area, Maryland, Pennsylvania, or anywhere close to Maryland. Like if you're within 2 or 3 hours of Maryland, let me know in the comment section, all right? Because I am hosting a book signing on June 15th in Maryland, all right? It's at Books A Million in the Arundel Mall, all right? Let me go and pull it up for you guys just so you can see it real quick. You can actually RSVP for this. I'll give you the link as well. Let me see. There we go. Boom. So as you can see right here, right? I'm gonna have a book signing at the Arundel Mall. Yeah, I'm doing a book signing at Books A Million, which is like, you know, all the big dogs do book signings at Books A Million. They don't do those small people. Books A Million they say you gotta be a bestseller to do a book signing. So I am gonna be in that area, and I would love if you guys were there to meet me, especially my card carrying investors. All right, you're a card carrying investor. You need to come out and talk with me, because what I'm going to do is I'll be signing books from 1 to 3 o'clock. If you already have books from me, I'll just sign the books you have if you haven't signed yet. If you want new books, they have books available as well. But what I want to do is after the signing is over, I want to stick around for about an hour more and just talk to my people, right? Talk to my people. We'll talk about the investment round and everything else and yada, yada, you know, real personal conversations. So here is the link to it. 100%. Just freaking, you know, just go there and RSVP. Make sure you RSVP so they know that you're going to come. All right. Because they have to have capacity. You know what I mean? It's pronounced Arundel. Okay. I see. I don't know the name, man. I know the place though. I've been there a whole bunch of times. I loved it because I used to live in Columbia, Maryland, right? So you know, I love that freaking mall. That's why I decided to go there, because I know how big it is, right? And I love medieval times too. That place is right next to it. So I've been there many times, but I've never pronounced it right. So we're gonna be at the Books A Million over there. It's an incredible location. They got everything there. Like they got kids events, they got a casino for the older cats, right? So there's a lot of things to do in the area. So it's worth the trip, even if you're just going there just to go, right? But 100%, you're gonna be talking to me. I'm gonna be signing books. We're gonna have a great time together, right? And you're gonna be able to ask all the hard questions in person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. It's a huge mall. Yeah, 100%. All right, so that's the information about that. Now I'm going to open it up to questions, and then I'm going to talk about the very next thing. All right, so we got a couple of things to go through today. All right, we got a couple of things to go through today, but let's go and answer some questions for now, and then we'll get back into the flow of this meeting. All right, because the next thing we're going to be talking about is the tiers to the investments, as far as like how much you need to invest, what's the new tiers, what's the benefits, yada, 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 right? And just let you guys know, most likely for the premiere of Black Sands, when it does premiere before the movie theaters, we're going to have a private premiere. We are definitely going to be inviting everybody who's at least $1,000 or more on the investment rounds of any investment round, even the investment round from the past. If you're over $1,000 in lifetime investments in Black Sands, you're going to get a ticket to go to the premiere of the private premiere of Black Sands. All right, in the movie theaters. We're gonna like rent out an entire movie theater. I think we'll probably rent it out in DC or something, right? Because I like DC. So we'll probably rent one out over there, right? But yeah, we're gonna have a big giant premiere all together, right? And you guys get to come for free. Bring your family. Let's see. Okay, any new questions, please leave them in the comment section. Any questions at all, I'll answer them. And then I'm gonna take questions for like maybe 5 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna move on and we're gonna talk about the tiers and what's the benefits, what's the whatever, right? So one person said, what is the expected rate of return? Well, I can't give you an expected rate of return because it's literally a product sale, right? We're making a movie, right? And based on how much that movie makes, right, is the rate of return. It could be volatile. It could be extremely volatile. It could be 3 times return. It could be 20 times return, right? It really depends on if we can do the work when the movie comes out, if we can get the word out there and get them ticket sales going. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. Now, I do know that we're not spending any more than $5 million for this entire this production. All right. And that's including the marketing. So the reality is the production cost is maybe $2.5 million and then 2.5 million in straight up marketing dollars. Right. And the distributor is most likely going to pay that marketing dollars. So if our all-in cost is about $5 million, I would expect that our break-even point will probably be like 20 million, right? And then at that point, you're gonna start having multiples, right? At that point, you start getting multiples, right? And if we hit like 100 million at the box office or 150 at the box office, people are gonna get paid a big ass check. Just the way it is, right? People are gonna get paid a big check. And a lot of my investors, especially my veteran investors who've been always doing big amounts, 10,000, 15,000, they're gonna see massive returns. So yeah. Let's see. Are you still doing the beta testing? I signed up on Patreon so I could do the beta testing. I'm still interested. All right. So the beta should be done roughly a week or so. The guy's finishing up the last thing and touches. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to show, right? It's good enough to show. And that's the thing that I'm going to be presenting to Xbox as well. So I'll probably set up some alpha testing and stuff probably in the next 1 to 2 weeks, because it is very much at the very end of the production. So we had some delays in the middle. So that's what happened. We had some delays on the finishing touches, and it stretched it out by like a month. Okay, let's see. Is your box office projection worldwide or US? US. We are 100% basing that projection off of US alone. All right. But I do have some friends in Brazil, so I'm gonna see if I can get a simulcast deal with theaters in Brazil, because I think we'll make a crap load of money in Brazil as well. You know what I'm saying? They got more black people than us, and they unapologetically black in Brazil. They ain't Dominican black. I know all Dominicans ain't like that, but all I'm saying is they African. Brazilians know 100% wear it on their chest. I'm African. You know what I'm saying? So they are very proud of anything involving African history and diaspora. They're comic book geeks, so that's also a double whammy for them. I think they're going to be a massive audience for us. So if we can get a distribution deal with them early and do a simulcast, I think we're going to make a lot of extra money from that. But as of right now, the projections are based entirely off of the US market alone, just the US market. Let's see. Do old past investors get profit? No. However, they do gain benefit. So in other words, Black Sands Entertainment is a 50% owner of the IP, right? Including the films. So the films, 50% of the ownership is Black Sands Entertainment, which means that Black Sands Entertainment will be paid directly from the profits. So in other words, if we make 160 million or 150 million and the distribution is 60 million, that's like split between the investors and the producers, right? So the producers get about 30 million. Now, if I'm 50% owner of the producer pool, right? Black Sands Entertainment, then Black Sands Entertainment will get roughly $30 million. And if Black Sands Entertainment gets revenue, right? Well, no, not $30 million, $15 million, right? Half of $30 million. So if it's $15 million of revenue that Black Sands Entertainment gets from the IP Black Sands, the movies, and then licensing deals and everything else, the stock price of Black Sands Entertainment is going to skyrocket. Skyrocket, okay? You're talking about a company that's worth 40 million today to a company that's worth at least $150 million or more. You know what I'm saying? And nobody will argue with that because that's the first movie. That's the first drop of an IP that has traction. So nobody would ever argue with those numbers. Your stock price will go way up. So while you're not benefiting from profit sharing, you're benefiting from your stock price going through the roof, right? And early stage investors are going to freaking, damn near die of a heart attack, right? The first round investors are gonna have such a ridiculous portfolio. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how it's going to work. Now, if you want to get profit sharing as well, you got to come in on this round because this round is 100% movie only. There's no other benefit. This production is the only thing that you're investing in. You're not investing in the company. You're not investing in anything else long term. No future seasons. You ain't doing none of that. All you're doing is this particular 3-episode movie. Boom. Okay. Let's see what else. What if you don't get the card? I don't know what the card means. You talking about the investment cards? Nah, if you invested in Black Sands, you know what you did. You know what you did. So just come on through. Really, anybody who wants to meet me in Books A Million in Maryland should come on through. And definitely bring your kids. I think I already answered this one. How do I get the card again? Email me and I'll send you the link. When are you likely to go public? Significantly after the premiere of the movie. I want a lot of deals going out there, and we might never really go public, right? We might go like private public. So in other words, closely held corporation. That means you do have investors, but you own the company no matter what. Like nobody could ever take the ownership from you because you own the majority of stock no matter what. So like, Chick-fil-A, you can invest in Chick-fil-A, but you can't control Chick-fil-A. So that's most likely the kind of way that we were doing investments in the future, right? And that's how it's going to be because we can't let people take over our work. You know what I mean? When will you announce in the next couple of weeks? Next couple of weeks, the actors are going to be there. JD Walker, what's up, man? When will I be back in the area? I don't really know. I'm kind of there all the time, but not for business reasons. Let's see. If you invested $2,000 5 years ago, you are a gold card investor. All right, gold card. Like I said, just email me. If you guys are getting our emails, please email me and I'll be able to help you out. All right, I'm gonna stop taking questions right now so I can go back into the speech. All right, so we're gonna be talking about other things that are going on. Let's see. So we already talked about that we're gonna have profit sharing and how this profit sharing system is built into WeFunder, so we don't have to worry about how we're gonna get paid. Right, that's a great thing. I can just give them a check and they'll distribute the check based off of everybody's percentage of ownership. So that's great. That's amazing. Let's talk about our campaign and how the heck we're actually going to make this happen. So first things first, 100%, I want you guys to make sure to tell your family, your friends, and everybody else you could think of and your social media followers, right, that this is about to happen and this is the most important investment of our lives. Now, I'm gonna tell you why this is a very important investment, how it's different from everything else that has ever been done in the Black community, right? So first things first, we all know that Hollywood has a de facto ban on anything that's a positive Black images in ancient times, right? Like we can't ever show Black people like being leaders and building empires. That's impossible in Hollywood. Every time they show Black people in the ancient world, they have to be from mud huts, right? They have to have spears and loincloths. That's the Black people that we see everywhere, right? So they purposely avoid showing black people in excellence, black people in prestige. And by doing so, we're opening our kids' minds. We're opening our kids' minds to what could possibly be, right? What is the real reality that we want them to aspire to be to, right? There's a reason why we teach so much about Rome and Greece and Britain and all the great achievements they have, because we want white kids to be super freaking motivated to be successful in the future, regardless of their past. They can be successful in the future. Just look what Julius did. Just look what Arthur did, right? So this is the kind of idea that what Black Sands is doing. It's basically giving us our own real heroes, our own real legacies. And it's really been working. I mean, we've been dominating in education space for the last 2 years now. Like we're everywhere, like freaking everywhere right now, especially in the South. We got so many books in Alabama alone. It's incredible. And I just think that, you know, this is our mission. It's like a holy mission, right? It's like we're not even on a normal mission right now. We're in a holy mission for the hearts and minds of the youth. And these kids can either grow up aspiring to be sexy red, right? Or they can aspire to be, you know, Queen Emisemi. You never know, right? What do we want them to be? What do we want these kids to be? Right? It's like that's what we got to do, man. We got to focus on positive black images, man, because they want us to be second-class citizens. They do. They want us to be second-class citizens. Nothing's more important. And every time we have success, we don't get money for it. Think about that for a moment. Black Panther did $1 billion at the box office, $1 billion. And that wasn't even around the world. That was $1 billion in the United States alone. Black people were buying entire movie theaters just so everybody in the community could watch the film. That's what they were doing. They were buying entire movie theaters. Not a single black person got paid off of that $1 billion. There was no black people that benefited from that $1 billion that Black Panther made. And they didn't even rush to get you Black Panther 2. They spent like 5 years to get you Black Panther 2. They were like, wait a minute now. That's enough of that. Let's back off a bit. And then when they made Black Panther 2, they said, we can't bring T'Challa back. I don't care what y'all say. We can't bring T'Challa back. That's impossible. Instead, we'll make the movie about Mexicans instead. I know it's crazy, man. I love my Spanish people, man. I love Spanish people to death, right? I love them. But that's just rude. Make your own movie. So what we really got to understand is that, you know, there's a lot of things that happen that we have no control of. And even when we do put our foot down and make big things happen for excellence, for black achievements, we still don't get nothing from it. We don't get no benefit. We don't get no dollars. We get nothing from it, right? And with this, even if we do 1/10 of the numbers that Black Panther did, we're going to have members, we're going to have investors who are literally going to put the first down payment on their house because of the Black Sands anime. They're going to put their kids through college because of the Black Sands anime. They're going to start their first business because of the Black Sands anime. Do you understand? Do you understand? Like directly. Like I want you guys to put Black Sands anime on the goddamn check when you put it out there in the house, because that's what paid it. That's what paid it. And nobody's ever going to be able to tell you, oh, we need to cancel this or we need to go and stop that. I don't agree with this, because you know what they're really doing. They're trying to derail the path of Black excellence and the path of Black power, right? One of the things that Hollywood has over almost all Black creators is the money. When they own the means of production, saying, hey, you can't make an anime because it costs millions of dollars. You have to come to us, and we're going to change everything about your show because we're paying for it. When they don't have that power anymore, they get scared. And when they're really threatened, they start making up stories to try and derail the release of a movie, right? Remember when that movie was coming out on Apple about the bankers, the black bankers that basically were scamming people in order to get banks so they can go and build property in the Black community because it was basically illegal in like the 50s, right? And they were basically scamming. They were scamming hard in order to basically break the system that was legally suppressing Black people. And that movie was literally everything you could possibly ever want from a positive Black movie. And then they pulled a controversy and basically delayed it for 6 months, but eventually had to release it. But it had significantly less audience attention because, you know, they delayed it for 6 months, almost canceled it, right? Made up story because it was positive. When the negative movies come out about us getting beaten to death as slaves, that movie's good to go. Good to go. Right? Good to go. But when it comes to movies about, you know, positive moves and breaking the law in order to push the black people forward, right? When the whole system's against you, we got to kill that movie somehow. You know? Now, am I lying on that? Am I lying on that? Now, I have a question for you. For those who are kind of new here, do I sound like somebody who's beholden to Hollywood? Do I sound like somebody who's going to add Hollywood agenda and all that other stuff in there? Do I sound like that? Or do I sound like somebody who don't give a damn about what Hollywood thinks about anything that we do? Because there's a reason why I talk my way. There's a reason why I do this, why I burn bridges before they even begin to be built. I do it because I want them to be perfectly understanding that I am Hannibal. I'm Hannibal. I'm at the gates and I'm ready to burn Rome to the ground. And I want anybody to come outside and challenge me. Come outside and challenge me. I'm here. I'm burning everything to the ground. And if you don't want me to be here, then you got to come out and challenge me. And that's the way I've been acting for the last 6 years. And I'm surprised we made it this far because I really was poking a bear. I was poking a bear for like a damn near a decade. You know what I mean? And you know, now it's time. It's time for us to strike the bear. Strike him. Strike him. Oh, look at this. See, so look at this. I love it, and this is the thing, right? Kelvin Hollywood has a great statement here, right? I said I wasn't taking questions right now, but I'll take it later. But this is not a question. This is a statement, and I like this one. He said, I love it, but what if they come with $1 billion offer to you? Then what? And you know what I would say? I make millions of dollars right now, and I'm as casual as can be. I am not somebody who wants excess, right? I'm not somebody who wants excess. I just chill. I just chill. I have we have one car, right? A Kia Telluride, right? I could have bought a Maserati if I fucking felt like it, right? But I don't. I'm casual Manuel Godoy. The most I'll do is spend like $200 a month on Steam games, right? I love PC games, so I buy a lot of games, right? But for the most part, I'm as casual as can be. As long as I'm comfortable, I got no rush at all. I never chase money. I never chase money. I never chase deals. That's why I killed the deal with Kevin Hart. Remember, Kevin Hart wanted 30% of the company for $500K, and I killed that deal because he wasn't doing his job. He wasn't doing it, and since he wasn't doing what he said he was going to do on television, I was like, cool, I'm out, right? I know you're a big wig celebrity. I know you got $400 million, right? I know you're big, and you could change my life, but I don't care if people don't keep their word, if people don't do their job. I don't give a damn how powerful they are. They can't be around me. They can't be around me. And I'm a skeptic of everybody. Everybody's going to fail until they prove otherwise. Until they prove otherwise, they're a failure to me, period. And that's why $1 billion offer will never sway me, especially after I made a couple $100 million for my fans. Why would I care? I'll make more in the future. Who cares? Right? It's like this, right? Hey, would you give up? Hey, what's his name? Kim from North Korea, right? Kim Jong-un. Hey, would you give up your nuclear bombs for $40 billion? And Kim's gonna be like, well, I never had $40 billion, but you know what? Why would I give up my nukes? It's the only reason why you're even talking to me right now, right? It's like, if I didn't have these nukes, you guys would have been bombing us and harassing us and breaking every deal you ever made with us. I need these nukes just so you can, talk to me with respect. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are my nukes. You guys are my nukes. All right? When all these people in Hollywood are basically going, oh, I don't want to lose my sponsorship deal. I don't want to lose my Nike deal. I have to be nice. I have to say everything was horrible. And they basically pander because they don't want to lose the money that's coming from other people. I don't ever have to do that because I have my nukes. You guys are saying no matter what we do, we could do it ourselves. And I'm never giving up that power. Why would I give up that power for, $1 billion when I already made a couple $100 million? Like, I don't give a damn. It had to be such a catastrophic offer that everybody that ever invested in Black Sands could walk away with millions each. Then maybe in that situation where I'm like, hell, I done raised up thousands of families' lives. So maybe in that situation. But that's such a catastrophic offer. It's not even like realistic. You know what I'm saying? $1 billion ain't going to get everybody millionaires. It's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to do it. Right. And there's no point in me making all that money. Right. But I lose all my power. So now I have to be beholden to everybody for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? That's it. Right. I gotta be like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle can say whatever he wants because nobody owns him. Right? Nobody owns him. And he's comfortable. Have you ever seen Dave Chappelle flex on anybody? Have you ever seen Dave Chappelle flex? Like, I'm going to show you all this stuff I bought and all these different houses and all these different locations and all these trips around the world. You ever see that? He's comfortable. So this is the weird thing that Hollywood doesn't get sometimes. Some people are just comfortable. They make enough money where they could do whatever they want, and then they're good. They don't really want to do anything flashy. They don't want to impress anybody. They're comfortable, right? And that's been me ever since I started making Black Sands. I've been comfortable with the success that we've had, and I never wanted to chase after fame, right? And that's why I'm probably a good CEO, right? Let's see. Will I have an opportunity to invest in the company itself? Most likely not. Not for a while. Not for a while. We're going straight into the movies, right? Now, based on the success of the movie, we might give future investment rounds to you guys as well for the movies. Because, once you have enough success, there's going to be people who can cut you a check with no creative control because they just want to have the thing exclusively, right? Like Netflix or something like that. They want it exclusively, so they'll have no creative control at all and still give you a check for the entire production. The problem, though, is that you guys simply won't benefit from that. Not like you should. So based on the success of this investment round, based on how quickly we close it out, we might have the negotiating chips to be like, nah, we'll never do that. We'll let you buy distribution rights if you like, but our investors are going to fund it because they're the ones who are going to benefit from it. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can go fast. That's up to you guys. It's not up to me. I'm going to do my hardest to get the word out there and make as much content and hire as many awesome people as possible. But at the end of the day, it's whether you guys raise hell online, whether you get your family members and friends to go and drop at least 100, right? Whether they share it, whether at church they talk about Black Sands. I'm talking at the congregation saying, Pastor, you need to tell everybody about investing in Black Sands. So we got to do that, man. We'll see what happens, right? But we'll see. All right. So I'm going to go and hide this comment right here because let's do another roll call, okay? So there's a lot of new people in here who just joined a couple minutes ago. Text Black Sands. See this message right here? Text Black Sands to that number and get on the first responders list, all right? This is a list for the investors who will invest on the very first day. Currently, there's 1,100 people on the list. All right, there's 1,100 people on the list. Text that message. You're going to get a message immediately saying, welcome to the Black Sands family, right? We're only going to text you like 2 times in a month. So don't expect a lot of text messages from us, right? We're not going to be blowing up your phone, right? But we are going to let you know the moment the investment round opens. You can get in there and you can put your bid in, all right? Now, I said I was going to talk about the tiers. So here's the tiers for the investment round, all right? So $100 tier. We're going to have new cards too, all right? We're going to have vertical investor cards for the anime, all right? Because I like the cards. Did you guys like the cards? Let me know in the comment section if you like the cards. Also, hit that like button, man. Why am I not seeing that many likes in this video? Hit that like button and share it, all right? But let me know if you like the investment cards from the previous investment round. Because if you do, we're going to do it again, right? And we're going to give it to everybody as well. So we're going to have our $100 tier, right? $1,000 tier. All right. So the $1,000 tier is going to be the second tier. It's going to be, you know, one of the characters as well. A $2,500 tier, right? So the $2,500 tier is what the old gold card was, right? And then we're going to have one more tier over that. It's a $10,000 tier. This is for accredited investors, all right? Nobody else but accredited investors will even be able to invest 10,000. I think you guys are capped at 5,000 if you're unaccredited, right? So 10,000 is the tier for the unaccredited, for the accredited investors, and they can go and get their stuff as well. Everybody's name will be in the credits. All right. Everybody's name will be in the credits. Special credits will go out to our $10,000 investors as well. Right. And there'll be a whole bunch of other fringe benefits as well, right? Like special invites. I told you everybody over $1,000 will get a special invite to the premiere of Black Sands in the movie theaters, right? We're gonna have a special premiere party for the investors, and a couple of celebrities is going to be invited as well, right? And we're going to do all that. It's going to be freaking awesome. And I can't wait to actually like see you guys cosplay, right? Get some cosplay going on, man. We're going to have a good time, man. Talking about Wakanda forever. We're going to have a good ass time. You know what I mean? I love it, man. I freaking love it. So please, whatever you're doing right now, just stop. Black Sands to this number, right? No spaces, okay? Black Sands to this number, and you will be able to get on our list. And you'll be secured for your early stage investment, right? Now, you need to be saving money, all right? Because I'm being honest with you, all right? This is 100% honest with you. This is going to be the biggest investment round we've ever had in our lives, right? And this is the only time ever where I am confident enough to say, the hell with your short-term plans, right? In the previous investment rounds, you can actually watch the videos because we have all the live videos on our YouTube channel. But if you watch our videos in our old investment rounds, I always told people, yo, if you need to pay your rent or whatever, or do whatever you got to do, right? If you need this money soon, right? Do not invest it. Do the minimum, move on. Don't break your back trying to invest in this round. Break your back on this round. All in. All in. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some of the biggest celebrities in your life that you've ever known. And I don't mean the Hollywood celebrities, not those Hollywood people that you know are compromised. I'm talking about the most unapologetically pro-Black people you've ever seen in your life, right? That are hardcore AAA actors, right? They're going to be joining the cast. And when they join the cast, you are not going to question whether this is going to dominate in the box office or not. You're not going to be like, I wonder if this will work, because you know that they don't work for anything that's a flop. They don't work for anything that's mediocre. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know for a fact you are going to look at this and be like, wow, this is a sure bet. And once you think that, once you see that, you go, all the investments I was planning on making in the next 2 years, the hell with them. All in on Black Sands. All in on Black. I'm all in on Black, period. Right? And there's going to be, you're probably going to see a lot of bullshit videos out there talking about us, because they never stop talking about Black Sands. They really hate the fact that that I love promoting the Black family unit. Like, I get attacked so much about just simply promoting the Black family unit. I never understood what's this obsession with people hating on me for wanting to promote Black positive images for families, right? I never understood that. It's like a weird obsession with that. But they'll do that crap, and they'll probably do it eventually on TikTok. They always do. They always come around whenever we're trying to do something. But you'll be like, nah, that's all cap, because I've been seeing for the last 6 years that they did exactly what they said they were going to do. They've never not done what they said they were going to do, right? That's the reality of it all. What's the last time I didn't do what I said I was going to do? You know what I'm saying? I made the app. I made the trailer. I got on Shark Tank. I got deal there. I freaking massively increased distribution through schools and libraries. I freaking published like 12 different new series from other creators who are on the Patreon community. Remember them patrons? Remember the patrons? Those people made books, a lot of books. In fact, we're about to release chapter 4 of Madagascar on Patreon right now because it's done and it's continuing. So who can dare question whether I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do? You know, you got people out there selling real estate. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund, complete scam, right? People paying themselves millions of dollars and doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? People out there, black people were pushing hard NFTs. Black people gonna get left behind. We gonna get left behind. And a lot of people who chose not to invest in Black Sands invested in NFTs, and now they're all poor. They all lost all their money. And those same influencers, those black influencers, are now out there talking about the next big thing to invest in, and they ain't even apologize for the fact that they got you all scammed on NFTs. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, I was telling you guys, I'm like, NFTs. Y'all out y'all minds, man. So I'm just trying to say, man, honesty, integrity matters a lot. And can't nobody ever tell me that I wasn't honest or had integrity, right? Because I told y'all when I lost, I told y'all. You know, even when I was losing, I told y'all. I said, this app sucks. Remember when the BSP Comics app? I was like, it just doesn't make any money. I made a great product. I had 600 chapters on the freaking product, but it wasn't making enough money. It was literally costing me like $120,000 a year. And I was like, ain't no way, man. I can't keep this up because at the end of the day, it's just not working as good as the books. And we have to make grown-up decisions. We have to cut our losses when we lose, right? And we have to be honest about it. We can't lie about that. And then I gave $1 million in stock to those BSP Comics investors out of my pocket. I gave my stock away to the BSP Comic investors in order for them to be whole and not left with a freaking bag, right? Because I could have easily just bankrupted it. I could have easily bankrupted it and said, oh, you lost. You invested in something that didn't work. And that's what everybody else does. That's what everybody else does. And I said, no, I'm going to give them stock in Black Sands Entertainment out of my chest, out of my holdings, right? Because I want them to be whole. I don't want them left behind. You know what I'm saying? So can't nobody ever question whether I have integrity or whether I'm being honest when I've literally done big things for my investors, for other creators, for the entire community, all at my own personal cost. You know what I mean? So that's what's up with that, man. Now, a couple of last second announcements. So here's some last second announcements. If you haven't joined the Patreon yet, please do so. It's always a great thing to join. Patreon.com/BlackSands. I'll give you the link in the comment section. So yeah, if you want to join that, that's just our community, man. It's like a community of creators and people who want to read the books, because you can read all our books. We have like 64 chapters. You can just download immediately. So you can go and read all the Black Sands books and stuff like that. Join our community. We have a really big community there. Let's see what else. You also, I did all the books. Remember the anniversary editions? Oh, do I have an anniversary here? No. You know the anniversary editions of Black Sands? Well, I delivered all of them. All right. So I think there's only like 10 people that I still have to account for. But for the most part, I've delivered all of the anniversary edition books. Right. And we still have roughly 100 sets left. And these are the ones that are signed by both me and Hydrus, the artist of Black Sands. So we have 100 sets left. Is anybody interested in getting these sets? Let me know in the comment section if you're interested in getting any of these last sets of the anniversary editions. These are the hieroglyph copies of the Black Sands books. If you are, then I can go and give you out a link, right? We only have 100 sets left, so I can't sell more than that, right? But if you do want it, I can give you the link now, and I can give you that. I know a lot of people already bought it, right? A lot of you guys already bought the sets. So I think we sold like 700 sets. It was crazy. So let me go and give you out a link. All right. So you guys can order them if you want to, right? It's just, these are the last 100 sets. I want to give you guys the opportunity, right? Because they're going to be gifts to our biggest investors, whatever's left over, right? But if you guys want to get it now, you can. Here's the link. You can see it right there. You can see it right there in the description. Just click that link right there, and you can go and check out the books. They're hieroglyph versions of the Black Sands comics, you know, signed by both my artist and me. And I flew him in from China to do it, so it was a really big deal, you know. Someone said, and this is more of a signing question. Why did y'all sign the outer of the book instead of signing on the inside? It's just a comic book thing. Most comic books are signed on the outside. Most regular books, like novels, are signed on the inside, like on the credits page. But comic books, right on the cover. Now, I'm a minimalist, so I do bottom left, bottom right, because I'm a minimalist. Like, I don't like covering the art, right? So I do very minimal things. But a lot of times you go to a comic convention, a lot of these artists will go right in the center of the freaking like cover. I don't know how they do that and not think that they're messing up the cover's like integrity, but you know, that's the way comic book like signatures are done. I think it's also because a lot of comic books are graded. They're graded and sealed, and because they're graded and sealed, how do you know if a book's signed, right? If it's graded and sealed, you have to be able to see it through the glass, right? You gotta see it through the glass. So that's probably why it's such a standard. Well, actually, that's my full name. So if you look at my signature specifically, it says Manny G. That's what it is. Now, I got terrible handwriting, all right? But it says Manny G. That's what it says. If it ever says Manuel, you got conned. Oh, okay. So you just purchased in the last 5 days. We'll handle it. No wonder about that. Yeah, I already shipped them. I shipped like 700 copies. It was crazy. It was one of the most crazy experiences of my life. I shipped so many books, you know. All right, so I'm done with all my announcements, I believe. Oh, remember, if you haven't yet, let me see here. If you haven't yet, let me see. If you haven't yet, if you're in the Maryland area, all right, if you're in range of Maryland, you can go and sign up for the Books A Million signing. I have a Books A Million signing on June 15th, all right? I'm putting the link back in the comment section right now, and you can sign up for that, and that'll be a good way to meet me, right? Meet me in person on June 15th. That'd be pretty awesome. My voice is running out too. I just realized that my voice is dying on me. Let's see. Make sure you get on this text list right here, and definitely sign up for the Patreon community, man. You got to sign up for the Patreon community. I've sent you emails, but as I want to be very clear on this, okay? The only way you can guarantee that you'll be able to invest in this investment round is by either being a patron or being on this text list. It's any other way is not guaranteed. Instagram shadow bans me all the time. Instagram shadow bans me all the freaking time. TikTok definitely shadow bans the heck out of me, right? Emails sometimes shadow ban me. A lot of people, I have a huge email list, and recently, like, the engagement has fallen by 50%, almost exclusively because Google changed some rules, and now a lot of the emails go into the promotions tab instead of the inbox. Now, you guys can look for that. Go into your emails and look for, you know, ways to go and make sure that my emails land in your inbox and not the promotions. If it goes into the promotions tab, please press that dot button and say, this should go into my inbox. And they'll make sure they go into your inbox from now on, right? But a lot of people don't see the emails because of that, you know, and that's a lot of people who miss out on emails. So the text is literally the only way to guarantee that you're going to get that invite when it happens. You know what I'm saying? So make sure to get on that list, okay? And now I'm taking questions. So feel free to ask any questions at all. This is the end of this announcement. The next announcement we have will most likely be hiring people, right? Or talking about animatics and scripts and stuff like that. But we're going to be having a lot of meetings over the next month, right? And I'm pretty excited about that. Also, like I said, join the Patreon community. I have a goal of about 25 new signups today. So if I can get 25 new signups to the Patreon community, that'd be great. It's like $5. So just sign up, patreon.com/Black Sands, join the community. We're a pretty dope team, right? And you can get 64 comics on the first day. So that's pretty cool. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I just see Harvey just bought a set. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Just paid. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Any suggestions on how to protect the books? Me personally, take them to your local comic book shop. They know. I don't. I'm not a comic book collector. Be surprised about that, right? I'm not a comic book collector. So talk to your local comic book shop. They know. They know exactly what to do. Right? That's what that's kind of like their livelihood. Let's see. Are we talking about no response from the number? Oh, make sure that you don't put a space in it. All right. So if you say Black Sands, it's not going to work. It has to be Black Sands with no space. All right. No space. All right. I presume that you will be selling books and signing, correct? Books A Million will be selling books, not me. Right. And you can actually buy in the RSVP. If you RSVP, you can add all the books to it. That way they'll have your books ready for you when you show up. Because the thing about it is, they have to order all these books. So if like 300 people show up, right, they ain't gonna have like 300 books unless people already pre-ordered them, right? So they might run out of books. So if you order before you get there, they'll give you your books when you get there, when you sign in. Will you be doing that type of signing type? I'm be signing everything. I'm be signing books that they don't even sell. All right. You bring my books from wherever you got, even single issue comics, I'm gonna be signing everything. All right. So bring your stuff. Let's see. Yeah, this round is only for the film. Let's see. Hey Raymond, let me know if it worked for you after I told you that. Remember, Black Sands with no space. No space. All right. Black Sands, no space to that number. All right. And let me refresh this so I can see if people have been signing up. Hell yeah, people signed up like crazy. Hell yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you. So before we started this live video, I was at 105 people signed up with the code, right? So 105 people signed up with that code. After this, so far in this meeting, we now have 300 people signed up. So basically, close to 200 people have signed up since the meeting began. So that's great. That's great. That's 200 more people guaranteed to be in the first round, right? And it works. It obviously works if 300 people signed up, right? So some people sign up and they don't say Black Sands in one word, right? They make it 2 words. Black Sands, 1 word, and it'll work. Okay. Approximately when will you? July 1st is the investment round begins on July 1st. No matter what, the investment round begins on July 1st. Now here's the trick, though. Here's the trick. You can only invest on July 1st if you're a part of the first rounders. All right, so that's patrons, that's previous investors, and that's people on the text message list. All right, if you're not on those 3 lists, then you will not have the link, because the link is going to be private until I feel that everybody who's in the know has invested. I want the people who are my most closest supporters to be the ones to get the best rate, right? I don't want people who randomly show up on Instagram or randomly see an article on the news and then they go in there and they get the best rate. I don't like that. All right. I want people who's been following me for years, people who've been paying into our Patreon, people who have previously invested. I want them to get the best rate. And once they're done, then everybody else can start trickling in, right? So even though it launches on July 1st, the link will not be public. You won't be able to search it on WeFunder. You have to have a direct link, which I'm going to give you guys. All right. So that's very important. And if you don't believe me, just watch the previous launch videos on YouTube. We have one where we did $500,000 in one day and no one else had a link. It was just our private community. So that was all us. So that's how we're going to play this game, okay? Oh, look at this, man. I'm talking about, King. That's what I'm talking about, King. He said, I've been waiting to invest for a year. Hey, I've seen a lot of people order. I'm seeing a lot of people order the bundle. I guess you guys did want the bundle. Well, if you want the bundle and you missed the link, just email me. I know a lot of you guys got the emails from me. Or if you're from WeFunder or Patreon and you didn't get the emails from me, please look through your spam folder or your promotions tab and get me into your inbox. It's very important, okay? Because they probably don't got me in your inbox. Put me in the inbox, all right? Someone said links are in the chat. I haven't sent the text, but I sent the text, but haven't received the response. I don't know, man. Just try again. Try again. It might be overwhelmed. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might be overwhelmed. I mean, that's a lot of signups in a couple of hours. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. So let me present. Let me present it real quick. Share screen. Keywords. Here we go. So as you can see right here, right, we're here in the system, right, and here's the number right up top, 207-680-3474. Right. So if you text Black Sands to it, you'll get in. Now, 300 people have already done it. All right. So 300 people have done it. It was 105 before we started this meeting, but now it's at 300. Let's refresh it to see where it's at now. We're at 308. So 8 more people have signed up in the last minute or so, or something like that. So it is moving. It might not work sometimes. It might choke up if there's too many people going for it at the same time. But right now, as it's going, it's growing. It's growing. So you guys are signing up. Just try again. Take a screenshot of this. This is really good. Take a screenshot to make sure you have the information, right? And we'll go from there. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and here's also a thing. If you're already on the list, you probably won't get the automatic response. All right? So this is only for new people. Okay, because I've seen a lot of text messages from people saying Black Sands, but they were already on the list. So it just came in as a regular chat. It came in as regular chat instead of, like you've been opted into the list. All right. So if you've already in the list of the text messages, it'll do that. And you know what? I'm going to send a text message tomorrow. I'll send a text message to everybody tomorrow just to test it. Okay. I'm going to send a text message to everybody tomorrow. It's a lot of people, so it costs me money to send these texts, a lot of texts, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to send you this text. It'll probably be for, I don't know, probably the Patreon community. That's what I'll do. I'll say, hey, want to read our books? Sign up here. And it'll be a random link like that. But at least you'll know you're on the list. You know what I mean? That's like confirmation. You're definitely on the list. All right, so that's one thing. I forgot about that. If you guys are already on the list from last year, because last year we did this too with the text messages. Last year we did it. So if you already signed up last year for the text messages, this is the same list. This is the same list as the one from last year. We're just growing the list right now. So yeah, a lot of people, they ain't going to get that automatic response because they're already on the list. Let's see. Once we invest, do we continue to get paid as long as the anime is stream played? As long as people are paying for the anime, you are getting paid for the anime. Yes, 100%. Now, we're not going to pay you every 5 seconds, but maybe once a year, we'll do like another check once a year or something like that, right? That's how it's going to work. Like but that's most likely how it's going to work. And the first check is probably going to come very quickly, right? So I would say 3 to 6 months after the premiere, first check's going to come. Because I want people to get money in their pockets as fast as possible so they can brag about how much money Black Sands, the anime, made them. You know what I mean? So 3 to 6 months after the premiere, I want people with money in their hands, period. Let's see. Is the anime complete and ready to go? No, we have the scripts done. We're hiring the cast right now. We have 100 animators ready to go, but we need money, right? So once we have like the first million, I'm going to take that money out of the round and we're going to instantly start going into full production. All right. So we're going to go into full production immediately upon getting that first half. Oh, and just let you guys know, I think you guys don't know this, right? But this is a very important detail that I forgot to talk about. All right. Make sure you get on that list, by the way. but it's a very important detail. I totally forgot to talk about this, so I'm talking about it now. I was only responsible for about $1 million in this investment round. All right. $1 million is my responsibility. Half of the investment pool is my personal responsibility. But I'm greedy as fuck. I don't like sharing. I don't like sharing at all. So when I knew that if I could turn my audience up hard enough and we could raise the entire amount, that we don't have to share with anybody. And you got to understand this. Carl Reed has done a lot of movies, a lot of shows, a lot of series. He has plenty of investors on his side already. They can invest. They can put $1 million down, no problem, right? But it comes with strings, right? These savvy Hollywood investors, they want some level of control. They just do, right? Doesn't allow us to be free. You know what I mean? So I was like, if I could raise the entire amount, right, we don't have to worry about any of that drama, right? And he's like, yeah, of course, we don't need it because obviously we already paid everything, right? And our fans aren't going to demand us to do anything crazy, right? And he's like, exactly. So we want to do the entire 2 million amount. I only need to do $1 million to do my obligations. My obligations is only $1 million, but I don't want to share with nobody. I want my people paid. Why should we share with people? You know how many years you guys supported Black Sands and built it to the company that it is today? Why should you share that wealth with anybody? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why we're raising the 2 million instead of the 1 million that I'm obligated to raise. Why are we raising 2 million? Is because I don't want to share with nobody. I want us to be the biggest beneficiaries, the only beneficiaries, so that we can prove a point that we don't need Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry can make 1 million movies and be a billionaire and everything else, but there's nobody really benefiting from it but him. You know what I mean? Like, that's his money. That's his playing. He don't really share. He don't give people opportunities to invest. It's his. It's all his, right? I'm one of those guys that even if we're making billions of dollars in the future, I'm still going to bring every project to my community and say, hey, you want to cut? You want to cut? You want to cut? Because that's just the Black Sands way. I feel like, why not? Why not? My people need a cut. I don't care how big we get. My people need a cut, period. Figure it out. Figure it out. That's my way. And that's why we do what we do. Can you please add the number again? This is the number. What you mean? This one? It's right there. You guys can see it. Hey, if you get double emails, what I want you to do is unsubscribe from one of them. All right? So if you unsubscribe from one of them, you won't get that double emails. All right? It's not going to hurt you. All it does is just makes it so that you don't get double hit. All right? So just hit that unsubscribe button and get off of one of those lists. It's probably because you're an investor and you're a customer, right? Because the customer list is different from the investor list, right? So you might be on both lists, and that's why you should, just unsubscribe from one of them. Yeah, all the anniversary editions were shipped. Everybody got their books already. So most people already got their books. I think even some of the international people got their books already. So yeah, I think they're all done. Now, some people didn't get their books because they signed up at in the last month or so on Kickstarter. I'm going to deal with those orders very soon, right? But it's like 10 people. It's like 10 people. It's not that many. Throughout your journey of making Black Sands, what's been the hardest thing you had to do? The hardest thing I had to do, let's see. The hardest thing I had to do was probably I think it was making the DVD. Remember when we had the DVD back in the day? That was a hard project, man. That was a hard project, making a DVD, full voice acting, 3 or 4 episodes. No, it was 3 episodes, right? Yeah, 3 episodes. Music album. That was a pretty daunting task. We pulled that off though. Oh yeah. That's the thing. You gotta text it. Text it to that number. Don't call the number. Text it to that number. Let's see. I want to contact owners of theaters in my area. What is needed to add my theaters for showing? Most likely it's going to be in most major cities. All right. Be honest with you. 1,000 theaters is a lot of theaters. All right. 1,000 theaters is a lot of theaters. So most major cities should have Black Sands. Now you might not have it in a very small town in, Ohio or something. Right. But it's going to be in Cleveland. So 100%. Major cities will have Black Sands, most likely. 1,000 theaters is not a small amount. It's a great distribution. Let's see. So you said, this is a good question. You said it was going to be 3-episode movie. So basically it's 3 episodes that are 30 minutes long, but they're going to be stitched together to make a movie. You know what I mean? So that's how it's going to be. It's going to be like one movie, very high production compared to regular episodes of like a regular anime. It's going to be way higher production than that. And it's 3 episodes. Now, when it goes on Netflix, it's going to be 3 episodes, right? But when it's on a movie theater, it's one movie. That's how it works. Let's see. Black Sands investment opportunities have been going on for years, and yet there's no progress from this. Yeah, it's just the way it is. At the end of the day, you would think that such great storyline with great characters would have been picked up by now. And the reality is this: it never is. Nobody's going to do this for us without us doing it ourselves. You know what I mean? Think about it. They'd be greenlighting stories that have 0 sales, right? And it'd be like very generic Black stories. You ever notice that? Like you'll see like freaking Disney or whatever making these Black stories, but they have like no traction. They never sold a single book. The story's untested, right? And then it has all these tropes in there. They're like, obviously where it was made by non-Black people, right? You could tell they don't want to get the tried and true Black products, right? Black Sands literally made $4 million in lifetime sales, yet it wasn't even a contender in Hollywood. So you got to think that, they're just not going to do anything that would actually move the needle. So we have to do it ourselves. Now, the investment rounds in the past weren't for an anime. They were for Black Sands Entertainment to grow. And did Black Sands Entertainment grow? Yeah, a lot. A lot of books were made. A lot of books, a lot of different publishing deals. We have multiple awards. We're in school distribution on almost every single major distributor. So that's Mackin, PGW, Ingram, Follett, all these distributors. We have every single distributor out there. We just got to deal with Accelerated Reader. We're doing phenomenal when it comes to books. So, that's what people were investing in. Black Sands Entertainment was always about, for the most part, the books, right? And everything else was like a side project, small little side projects on top of the books. You know what I mean? This one's about the anime, only the anime. Let's see. How far in advance will you alert for the premiere? Probably at least a month, because I need you guys. A lot of you guys gonna have to fly, right? So at least a month in advance. At least a month in advance, we'll let you know. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good question. So the maximum for a non-accredited investor is based on your income. All right. So if you have an income, they're going to ask you this. The federal government regulates all this. So they're going to ask you questions. They're going to get your social security number and all that crap. And they ask how much you make a year, right? And based off of that, they're going to give you a maximum, right? As a non-accredited investor, you're going to get a maximum. And most people, it's $2,500. Some people, it's $5,000. But that's the max. It's never going to be higher than that for non-accredited investors. Will there be a replay of this meeting? Yes, all meetings on YouTube stay on YouTube. So right after this meeting's done, you're going to be able to restart right from the beginning. Yeah, so this is one of those things, right? So JD, you're already on the list most likely. Your wife wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You probably did all the work, right? You probably did all the investing and everything else, right? And she probably just said, "Hey, put some money down for me," right? But this time she signed up and she got it immediately because she probably wasn't on the list last year. So most likely you were on the list last year, right? Because obviously you've been a long time investor in us and everything else. You've been around forever, right? So I think that's what's up. I think you're already on the list. Like I said, tomorrow I'm texting everybody on the list. So if you get an email tomorrow, I mean a text message tomorrow, then you know you're on the list, right? And actually, you know what? I'll send a text tonight. All right. So I'm gonna send a text out at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock Eastern time, I'm gonna send a text out to you guys. And if you get the text, right, do me a favor and sign up for Patreon or something. I'm gonna give you the link to Patreon. So just sign up for Patreon, read all my books, download all 64 comics. I don't care. Download them all, right? But sign up for Patreon. So you're all gonna get that text. So you all know that you're on the list. A lot of people didn't get a response because they're already on the list, but it was a year ago, so you don't remember. You don't remember that you're on the list, right? And I'm probably gonna have to go through all those messages and stuff, but don't worry about it. You're gonna get a message at 7 o'clock, okay? Everybody's going to get a text at 7 o'clock, whoever signed up. If you haven't signed up yet, here's the info. All right, here's the info. Do it now if you haven't signed up yet. Black Sands with no spaces. Make sure you get those S's in there, Black Sands, to that number, and you'll be part of the list. At 7 o'clock, you're going to get an invite to our Patreon community, and that way you'll know for a guaranteed fact that you are getting our text, and you're going to get an invite on the very first day of the investment round, no matter what. All right. I believe you're talking about the premiere of the movie. Yes. So if you want to be a part of the premiere, you have to have a total of 1,000. Most people already do. You'd be surprised how many people are over $1,000 in investments to Black Sands. So there's a lot of people. It's gonna be a big premiere. Probably 1,000 people are gonna come out. You know, probably 1,000 people. So it's gonna be a big premiere. It's gonna be a big premiere. Yes, this is true. This is already our plan. So if you didn't know, if you guys weren't at the last meetings, this is just the part of the first season. So it's 3, 10, 3, and 10. All right. So our plan is this is going to be the introduction to the Black Sand series. Then we're going to go to first 10 episodes, first half of season 1, and 6 months after that. And then after that, 6 months after that, we're going to have the first Pharaoh, which is another 3-part series. That's going to be the actual first Pharaoh series too, right? So it's one movie about the first Pharaoh. That's going to be lit. Y'all going to love that one. And then we're going to have the finale of season 1, at the end for another 10 episodes. So it's 24 episodes in total, basically 2 movies and 2 like long seasons. And that's all going to be done within the course of 18 months, right? From premiere to first movie to the end of season 1 is about 18 months in total. Every 6 months. Right? That's the plan right now. It's an aggressive plan, but we have a crap load of animators from Carl's side. So Carl has a lot of people, like hundreds of people. How long would the investor round last? This is the best question there. Maybe a week. I'm gonna be honest with you. It depends on the momentum. If you guys take $750,000 in the first 24 hours, what happens to everybody else? What happens to the millions of people on Instagram and TikTok who see the number going up by hundreds of thousands of dollars per hour and they can't even participate because they don't have the link yet? When they finally get to participate, will they panic invest? Will they be panicking? Will they be like, please, I just got to get in? Will the number just skyrocket so high that it's just a panic? It's a flood? It might be a week. It might be a month. You never know. All I know is it's not fluid. It's not fluid. When that number hits the max, that's it. The campaign is done. A lot of you guys know this. I think some people in this room right now had the money returned to them because they invested after the countdown began. Like the countdown said, we have hit our maximum, right? And they say the campaign closes in 6 days. And then people started investing, but we were already past the maximum. So they weren't going to get their money and it was going to return their investment. The only way they would be able to get in was if a whole bunch of people dropped their investment on the bottom side and they got grandfathered down. But that was very unlikely. And a lot of people got refunded because they came in after the campaign was maxed, right? So early, not late. That's the game. No, there isn't a $5,000 level because I don't think there's a point to having a $5,000 level. You could just do 5,000, but 2,500 is what most people are going to land at as their max. So 2,500 and 5,000 is the same thing. Same thing. Gold card, you know, really high level investor, right? And you said accredited people will probably do 10,000 or more. So I could say 25,000, but there's no point. There's probably going to be like 1 or 2 people that do 25,000. So it's just 10,000 and above, right? 2,500 and above, that kind of thing. Someone said, "Man, the only time I see you is when you try and get money out of people." Did you see me when I was trying when I paid $120,000 to create other people's books like Madagascar or this book? Not my book. I didn't write this. But I gave Kevin Brown the opportunity of his life. And now he's a certified Black comic book creator. Made an amazing story about Lions Game. Masters of Mali. Right? But it's all good, man. Hey, there's always a place for haters. I'm going to be honest with you. There's always a place for haters in our community. Because whenever you say stuff like this, people sign up more. People invest more. Because they remember the receipts. There's one thing Black Sands does. There's one thing my company does, and me personally that I do all the time. I keep receipts. I keep receipts. I'm the only person that invested in other Black creators. Period. Everybody else only does it for themselves. They only do stuff for themselves. They never invest in other people. Recently, because I'm about to donate 10,000 books to Birmingham, Alabama. I'm about to donate 10,000 books to Birmingham. Over inventory. I'm over inventory and I'm moving to hardcovers only. So I'm like, hey, these softcover issues, sure, I could go and sell them over time, right? I could do that, but what's the point? Birmingham did business with me in the past. I made a lot of money with Birmingham City Schools. So these 10,000 books, I'm just going to give to them so they can give it out to the students with no strings attached. That way the kids could have maybe 4 or 5 comics each for every single student in middle school in the entire city. And I'm doing that because why not? I always give back to people who helped me in the past. And that's what Black Sands is about. Black Sands is about taking action. It's not about, you know, hopes and dreams and bells and wishes. I do stuff. I do stuff directly. And whenever the haters come around, they just get dunked on because it's so easy to dunk on them. Too many receipts. Too much evidence. Too much evidence. Let's see. The tiers again will be $100, $500. No, not 500. $100, 1,000, 2,500, and 10,000. All right. The bottom 3 are for unaccredited investors. The top one is exclusively for accredited because you can't even get that high if you're not an accredited investor. Raymond said he can get me in local news in Milwaukee. 100%. I like talking to local news stations. I love talking to local news stations. Any local news stations, you know, Fox Syndicate, NBC Syndicate, or whatever. Good Morning Syndicate, right? If you got connections to them, try to get an interview for me. I'll gladly take those interviews. I like talking to local news, no matter where it is. I love it. So by all means, Stripes, you are 100% correct on it's just being cool. It's a cool factor. It's a dunk contest, right? That's what the card is. Think about it this way. Think about it this way. When Black Sands becomes the biggest IP in the United States of America, people are going to be saying, oh, yeah, I was such a fan of Black Sands, man. I was always there. And you're going to be like, well, where's your card then? Where's your card then? It says right here, I was an investor since 2023, gold card member. Where's your card, brother? You said you were down for the cause. Where's the card? That you don't understand how big of a dunk that is in the future when people try to go and claim the work that we've done. Because I'm telling you right now, I've been under the biggest assault by the blurs. Blurs, you know, I don't know what the hell it is about the blurs being mad at Black Sands. Probably because I care so much about like morals and principles, and they get furious about that. But the bottom line is the blurred community has gone in on Black Sands for years. But watch these motherfuckers. Watch them. Watch what they do. The second Black Sands is like #1 in the box office. Watch how they somehow claim Black Sands. Like, you know, that's why it's there. That's why we made it. You know, they're going to ignore the Black lawyers, the Black doctors, the Black teachers, parents and grandparents that put literally millions into the Black Sands production. And they're going to try to take all the credit in the world because they saw a cool trailer on TikTok and they made a video and they're going to be like, oh, it's us. We're the reason why they're so big and made it. They're going to do that. I promise you they're going to do that. And all you're going to do is hit them right in the face with your goddamn investor card and say, prove it. Prove you were down for the cause. Also, there is a benefit of just hiring in the future. You know, if Black Sands becomes a huge, giant, megalithic like success, obviously we're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of employees in the future, right? And in that situation, you best believe I'm going to be extremely biased on who gets to work with my company. You best believe if there's not stock, if you don't own stock in my company, you're probably going to be denied unless you're really good at your job. You know, like you're probably not going to make it, buddy, because we have a lot of lawyers, doctors, teachers, educators. We have so many people who are really high level people in the Black community who are stockholders. Why should I recruit from the new fans? You know what I mean? Where can I order the bundle from without getting? I don't even know what the heck that means. I only sell it on my website. You talking about the Black Sands bundle? Let me go ahead and pull it up again. Let me pull it up again because I'm gonna be shipping these out probably this week. Whoever orders this time around, just because I already did everything. We shipped out like 600 orders. It was disgusting. You know how hard it was to do 600 orders? My wife was so good at that. She had like 7 different people in the house at any given time. She was inviting people over and stuff like that. Seven different people. It was crazy how many people were in the house at any given time because we had so many books to sign, set up, pack, freaking package, and all that other stuff. It was crazy. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was automatic. Every single investor got transferred over. Everybody got transferred over. Your lead investor, Kevin Brown, he signed the documents. The documents are signed, and you are on the while you're in like a SPV or whatever it's called. You're in a single purpose vehicle. That SPV is now on the stock ledger for Black Sands Entertainment, and they're all BSP comic investors. So you're there. You're there. You might not have gotten anything specifically yourself, personally, but in the system, you are Black Sands Entertainment investor. She said, my mom would like to invest, but she is not on Patreon and not tech savvy. Hey, like I said, text messages, right? Get on the text message list, or you just get on the text message list and just give her a text that day. Say, hey, guess what? I just got the link. Go click it, mom. Right? There you go. Here you go, mom. Here's the link. Let's see. Man, I missed a ton of messages because look at this. I'm looking at messages at 6:06, but it's 6:30. I'm way behind. Let me go. I'm just gonna scroll a lot because y'all are talking about stuff and I'm not even close to what y'all talking about. Okay, here we are. Present conversation. 6:24. 6:24, 6:25. That's that. Now we can. I was looking at messages at 6:06. Y'all been commenting so much that I was literally 30 minutes behind on the questions. So I skipped a lot of people. So if you still have a question, put it in now because I skipped like 20 minutes of questions. But if I didn't, then I would have no clue what everybody's talking about. So let's see. What do you think the Gold card will look like? I think it's going to be a SAR, right? And we're going to see if we can make a holographic. That'd be cool, right? If we can make a holographic. I don't know yet, though. We'll see. The $10,000 one might even not be a card. It might be like a plaque. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not be a card. It might be a plaque, like a big ass plaque. You never know. So where's the link to invest in this? I don't have the link yet. I'll be able to get the link much later once it's all done. I have to set up the campaign, do all the legal work and everything else. So 100%, I do not have the link yet. But like I said, when you're on that text message list, it's going to be sent to you directly. All right. It's going to be sent to you directly. Same thing for patrons and previous investors. So I'll be putting it on WeFunder/Black Sands Entertainment. I'll give you guys a link there. And I'll also give you a link in the patron community as well. Look, Charles is one of those people. See, he said, I have money returned to me before. Yeah, if you're late, you're going to miss it. And they'll return your money and you'll feel horrible. You'll feel horrible when it happens. But these people, they came back next round and they bought like the second the campaign opened. So just realize that you can miss. You can miss the campaign. Let's see. Someone asked about, can you give books to the nonprofit that I'm with? Yes, but the thing about it is, we are charging for the packing fee. All right. So in other words, they're all at a fulfillment center, right? So there's a packing fee to like set up the pallets, right? To set up the pallets to actually ship it to you and stuff like that. So you got to pay for the shipping and the packing fee. But if you cover the shipping and the packing fee, we do have excess inventory for single issue comics, right? Because we no longer sell issue comics for the most part. And we are definitely planning on giving them almost all away, right? It's just an easy way to clean up the inventory. We have a lot of hardcover books that sell all the time. They sell great. But our single issue comics is just not something that we do nowadays, right? And we have a lot of inventory left over. So we're getting rid of that inventory. So so long as you're capable of covering the cost for packing the books, right? Then you can have as many books as you want that we have available. If you haven't received the card from the last round, please email me. So I'm sure you got an email. That's why you're here right now. So please email me. Just respond to one of the emails that we give you and let me know that you invested X amount of money, right? In total. What card tier am I and how do I buy? And I'll send you the link. I'll send you the discount code so you can get it for free. And all you got to do is cover the shipping. That's it. You get 2 cards too. So every investor gets 2 cards. They don't get 1, they get 2. So get 2 because you can't do it again. You can't order a second card later. You got to order it all at one time. Do you have to invest a certain amount to get a return? No. Everyone will get a return if there is a return to be gotten. Now, if we fail miserably, no one gets a return, right? But if anyone gets a return, all get a return. All right? That's how it works. And you're going to get a return before I get a return. All right? Because the investors get paid up to 120% their investment before the producers get paid. Anything. Roland, email me. You know, black people come in different shades, also mixed blacks as well as Dominican, Spanish, black. So are you having characters like that on Black Sands? Well, have you seen Black Sands? Uh, you might be new here, so you might not have seen Black Sands. Let me go and pull some stuff up real quick. Let me see. Let me go and pull up. Let's grab. Let's grab anniversary edition one or whatever. So if you look at this, right, and you look at, let me see here, this cast right here, right? So these are the main cast of the comics, right? Now, Asar is slightly less dark skinned than Seth, but Seth has vitiligo, right? So he has vitiligo. Uh, Nabet is black, like super black with a big old afro. And Offset is super light skinned, you know, kind of like Cardi B, like light skinned. All right. So she's super light skinned. Now they're just that way because they don't really have like special strong pigments when it comes to God killers. They kind of come out all type of mixes. So all I'm saying is, you know, we have very different looks and feels and stuff for black people in Black Sands. The only thing we absolutely do not do, and I do not apologize for this, is I don't give any black people white people hair in the story. All right. There's not a single straight haired person in the entire verse of Black Sands. All right. So I know a lot of creators can't help but, you know, colonize their own comics, but that's not gonna be me. All right. That's not gonna be me. So Black Sands, every single character in almost every single book we've ever done, all the black women are 100% natural in their own way. They have curls, locks, dreads, whatever. I don't care. They are not going to have straight hair. Homie, don't play that. Let's see. Let's see what else. Can we get Angela Bassett? You know, I don't even know if we could get Angela Bassett at all, right? That's a really big. I don't know. It might be possible. It might be possible. I think we can get her, but much later. It won't be quick. It won't be a quick acquisition, right? But we could pull it off eventually. But Raw, we know who Raw's gonna be. We know who Raw's gonna be. I have a special casting for Tahuti. I'm not gonna tell you who it is yet, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, God bless America. You're gonna say God bless America when you see that. All right, let's see. Let's see. I contributed to the anniversary books on the day of the Kickstarter meeting. The Kickstarter meeting. That must have, I don't know what day that was. Honestly, I don't know what day that was. I know anything that happened after April 1st is in the second list, right? It's in the second list. It wasn't in the first shipping order. Anything after April 1st was definitely in the second shipping order. But email me either way. Email me, okay? Email me no matter what. Just email me. Yep. Yep. That's the day I was telling about. So you got it right. That's exactly what we did last year too, right? 24-hour head start. So just to check, Patreon members, previous investors, and people on the text message list have a head start to invest in the anime. Now it wouldn't be June 30th. That'd be July 1st. It'd be July 1st. Okay? It won't be June 30th. It'll be July 1st. All right? Remember, we had a monster first day last time. We did 500K privately. All right. Nobody had the link outside of our own group. And we still did $500,000 privately. So we're going to do big numbers. All right. July 1st. I didn't see hardback. Wait a minute. Do you already have books in Portuguese? Nope, not yet. What do you? We are going to be raising $2 million. All right. We're going to be raising $2 million. Oh, I haven't even refreshed this. My bad. We sold 10 bundles. That's cool. I didn't know we sold 10 bundles today. Hey, sorry guys, I forgot to give you the link to the books. That's that's what we were talking about. But yeah, that's for the anniversary editions. We sold 10 of them. But no, $2 million to do the movie, right? We'll probably need more money after that, but that's the distributor's job, right? So that's the people who are partnering with us for the movie theaters. So they're gonna spend their own money to do the marketing and stuff like that. So our job is to make the entire production, and we're gonna do it with $2 million. Okay. Somebody said, all right, hey, by the way, guys, we're about to end this meeting. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming here tonight. This has literally been one of the biggest meetings we've had. All right. So you guys really showed up. Make sure to get me on your inbox list. All right. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's not there. The inbox list is the one you want me to be in. So if I'm in your promotions tab or your spam, push me over to the inbox so you don't miss them. Text message will go out at 7 o'clock. That's 20 minutes from now. Okay. 20 minutes from now, I'm going to be texting all of you a link to the Patreon community, but more importantly, just confirmation that you're on the list because a lot of you are already on it. 1,000 people are already on it from last year. So we just added about 300 people tonight. All right. We added about 300 new people to the list. So you guys, I really applaud yourself because y'all really kicked some butt tonight when it came to getting this on. If we can get like 2,000, 3,000 people on this list before the launch, we might be able to knock $1 million out in 24 hours. Wouldn't that be some crazy shit to knock out $1 million out in 24 hours with no TV promotion? Just straight up our community punching people in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like a zombie apocalypse type level of like, what the heck is going on? Like where are all these people coming from? You know what I mean? So we have an opportunity right now to do something like that. And I'm super excited, and this guy made a perfect point, right? No do-rags, bonnets. Black Sands is a respectable company. We always want to show black people in most respectable ways possible, right? And that's what we do. Hey, like I said, anybody who hasn't got a card, just email me. So email me that you haven't got your card. I invested this much at this time. What tier am I, and how do I get it? And I'll send you the link to your card, and I'll also send you the discount code so you don't have to pay for it. 2 cards, and then you can go and ship them to yourself. You just got to cover the shipping. That's it. Where will the premiere be? Most likely the DMV. All right, most likely, but I might go somewhere like Philadelphia. Never know. All right, we'll see. And yes, it will be on WeFunder. Just to let you guys know, we'll be on WeFunder. Most likely, yes. Most likely, punching the air hard. Punching the air hard. That's the way it is, though. That's life, right? Sometimes we choose, who we think is going to be a success and who isn't, right? Or what's going to be worth the effort. And sometimes we choose poorly. Yeah, everybody make sure to invest in the first day, man. Let's blow it out the park. And get your family members to invest too, man. You don't want to be holding the bag. Everybody should get a check. Everybody should get a check when this movie does, 100 million at the box office. All right, so I will see y'all later. I'm gonna leave this up for a couple of seconds as I do my last minute conversation. Remember, if you're new here, if you just walked in, join the text message list. I'm gonna be sending out a text to you guys in roughly 15 minutes, right? Inviting you to the Patreon community. Feel free to sign up if you want. If you don't want to sign up, that's cool too. But I'm just sending it to you as confirmation that you are on the list, because a lot of people signed up, but they're already signed up, so they didn't get a response, and they were like, "No, I'm trying to get on the list, but I can't. I won't work." I'm gonna send you that text message so you know for a fact that you're on the list. A lot of you guys are already patrons, so obviously you don't have to sign up for Patreon again. You're already a patron, right? But anybody who's new, if you want to read the books, if you haven't read them yet, $5 gets you the entire catalog, 64 comics. 64 comics. Okay. And $20 gets you like exclusive stuff on Discord and stuff. You talk to me directly and stuff like that. So do what you gotta do, right? But you know, I appreciate every last one of you guys. You guys have built everything here. We're finally landing all the great opportunities that you could have even in your wildest dreams. You'd have never thought we'd have got these, you know. And when you start seeing these celebrity hires, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is a guarantee. We about to get that bag, you know. So I could have never been more proud of what we're doing right now. And like I said, I'm not a clout chaser. You know me. You've seen me for years. You know I'm not a clout chaser. I don't go around flexing. I don't do big things and be like, look at this car I got. Look at this one thing. I don't do none of that stupid mess, right? So you know damn well that nobody can buy me out. They can't buy me out. I'll never have success where they're going to be like, hey, we'll offer you this much if you walk away and we'll take it over and treat it real well. I'll be like, the hell you will. The hell you'll treat my property with respect. I already know. I already know you came here to destroy. So I'm going to hold the line because I'm comfortable. And I wish more people in the world were comfortable with what they're doing. But a lot of people keep chasing somebody else's dream. They see somebody on Instagram or TikTok with more money than them, allegedly, and they have to chase that ideal, chase that dream. I want to be big too. I don't give a damn about that, man. I just want to have my kids, you know, go to the best schools. That's about it. You know, kids go to the best schools. You know, I can influence these new kids, everybody's kids, to go and read, write, you know, study history, become more proud of who they are. You know, I can make every parent and grandparent proud of the legacies of Africa instead of, you know, listen to the propaganda that America pushes. You know, I think that mission's amazing, man. And that's why we do this. So thank you guys so much for showing up. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Black Sands out. Peace.